Alright, so the last thing we left off, the party had ventured into the realm of Ogma's Mind Palace to find one of his many, maybe good idea, maybe bad idea. We will see. Um, but as you have returned out of there and left the quiet little sitting room in which Ogma was fiddling away with his lutan, the librarian approaches you and says, "Ah, there you are, back from a task already. Come, 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 come. There is no time like the present. We have more adventures await, more places to sing, more people to do, and all sorts of things. Yada yada. Yada. Come, 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 this way." And she ushers you uh, through the corridors of the library down to another room, in which sits. She introduces you to to who you're going to be dealing with today. Sitting in the middle of the room, puffed up on this big, floating, billowing cloud of like white smoke, is this big Jinn of a man. He's a big, ruddy red face. Kind of flames are burning in his turban, but it's not actually like on fire. The fire is just kind of wreathed his clothing. And he's sitting there in the middle of the room. He's like, librarian, I tell you, we did not. There's no need to get all the sorts of ruffians like this involved in this issue. No need, no need. I'll have the gem for you here soon. Uh, to which the librarian's like, nonsense, there is no time like the present. We have able hands and bodies and a task that needs doing. Come, come. And we are in desperate need of the gem anyway. So, if you could be as so kind as to enlighten my acolytes here uh, into their task, I bid you adieu. I have other things to attend to. And she swiftly scuttles out of the room, leaving you here with the Jinn before you.
Does
And he
anyone here
says,
speak Thieves' Cant?
Mm-mm.
Then just in my head, I turn to Holt and go, do you also think she seems a little schizophrenic? Like every time we come back here, she's just a little bit different. Is it just me? Okay.
it's a little bit hard when she's got like 5 different people piloting her head. Poor lady. Uh, uh, but the Jinn stood before you. He's like, greetings, mortals. My name is Kazam the Marvelous. And I'm in unfortunate need of your assistance, he says as he kind of slowly deflates back down onto his cloud from this big, imposing, room filling presence back down to a more manageable man size, though he is still very ample in the gut region.
Yes. What can these ruffians do for you?
Well, come, come, come. There's no need for that such language here and all that. Um, I have heard that you are seeking a number of certain artifacts. One of those artifacts I am currently the caretaker of. Uh, the great gem of life. We have currently been using it to breathe life back into a ruined world, and now that we no longer have need of it, I am more than willing to lend it to your cause. The unfortunate issue is that it has, how shall I say, temporarily left my possession.
So you lost it.
I did not lose it. I know precisely where it is.
So it was stolen.
Wise man, yes, it was indeed stolen. A ruffian and this vile miscreant, a madman by the name of, what did I give him? Oh, I just gave him Dr. Ivor has stolen the gem away from me. As I said, the gem was currently being used for a project of mine to repair a dead and dying world. So far, we have had much success in it, but the doctor has decided to steal the gem for his own machinations. He has since fled deep into the wastelands of the ruined world and is currently hiding out in a hole in the ground out there, where he has stashed himself away with the gem.
How durable is the gem?
Well, extremely. It's a giant gem. I mean, it's like a diamond. Can't really break that.
Um, so we have a couple of ways that we could do this.
When you say doctor, do you mean MD or like DFA?
I'm not entirely certain the man has gone to any kind of schooling at all. I think it is entirely self-proclaimed.
Gotcha.
Knew a
Like if
gnome like
somebody were
that
to call
once.
themselves the Magnificent, just totally self-proclaimed.
Akram is going to use Ichor Blight to telepathically speak to the entire party. Does anybody else feel like very rare and powerful things are being taken from powerful creatures and existences by lackeys and stupid people on a higher rate than normal?
Yes, this has been an astonishing rate of progress for this level of person with these level of artifacts. We went from one every like 40 years to like what, 4 in as many weeks?
I mean, people grow complacent, but even at this rate, that's somewhat alarming.
Yeah, people grow complacent, but these are godlike beings. Do gods grow complacent enough that mortals can steal their most powerful artifacts?
I mean, historically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess so.
I think they're big and bad, you know. The gods don't think about us tiny folks too much, I guess. That Progak, he loves us. Remember that.
Well, anyway, as I said, I know precisely where the gem is. All I need you to do is go down the proverbial rabbit hole, as they so say, and dig out the ruffian, and you will have your artifact that you so desperately need.
And where are we going?
To a desolate world.
To a desolate world of Darmood. Unfortunately, it was the site of a great war between a number of my kind, and unfortunately, we left the place in a bit of a mess. Uh, the rest of my brethren have tasked me with the noble cause of cleaning up the place. I have done an admirable job with what I have been given, mind you, but it is still a monumental task, and there is much work to be done. Uh, This Ivor has been a thorn in my side for a while. He has been a rebel protesting the management and direction of my restoration efforts. Who am I to decide what is right for man and mortals? Why should the gods have say in our lives and all that blah 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 blah.
There's been a lot of that going around.
Yes, 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 but unfortunately fireballing them all has not solved morale problems.
Yeah.
So I am open to new solutions.
Have you tried Cone of Cold? If
Do
fire
I
isn't working,
do I look like a man of that side of taste to you?
you asked for new solutions.
So,
Trying to ladder match.
is this just retrieval? Is it retrieval and revenge deterrent?
I mean, you're the ones who need the gem, not I. I'm just telling you where it is and how to get it. And who has it. As I said, Ivor is a bit of a madman. I have no concerns about what happens to him or any fears about anything he can do. He is nothing but a nuisance and a pestilence to me.
So what should we expect on this desolate world of Dalmud? You know, like I mean,
Well, beyond the borders of my estates, you can expect, well, the pretty beautiful, desolate wastelands. I think we have a few moss and lichens that are growing out there nowadays. I think somebody saw a mouse once. Um, there's your air. You can breathe. Um, well, enough.
Are there monsters?
Oh yes, plenty. Uh, we have tried releasing various life forms out into the outer reaches of the world to try and speed things up. Some of them have been a little more successful than others.
Okay. Um,
And where does Doctor Ivor live, stay, keep his home? You know, like we're going to your palace first or your hold, and then we gotta go out into the desolate world.
Mhm.
Does
Yes,
he
you'll
have
have
his own little
to.
camp, or does he run around places?
One of my agents has tracked him to, I said, a little hole in the ground he's dug himself. He's worked his way into a little box canyon to the south of my domain. Uh, my agent has reported that he has started to, I quote, burrow into the wall like a worm in an apple. Are the words
So you
my
mean he's literally in a hole? I thought that was a figure of speech. You meant literal.
Yeah,
that
Colt doesn't.
is that is what my agent seems to say. I was a bit skeptical at first too, but he assures me that yes, he is indeed burrowing his way into the wall, like an
okay.
angry beaver.
So a couple
They
boxes
burrow,
of
right?
dynamite ought to do the trick.
Mm, I'm not entirely certain what this dynamite is, but if it will do the job, let's go for it. Um, but he has kind of worked his way into this cave, and as I said, he's been a bit of a madman. He likes to think that he should be the one to dictate how life and the world should unfold around him, and so I believe he has taken the gem to try and further his own experiments in that regard.
Gotcha.
So be warned that he may have using such things to guard the place.
That's my next
So
question. How exactly does this gym work? You just create whatever.
it breathes life into this world, the area surrounding it. Uh, where there is, no grass, grass blooms, flowers perch. Eventually, give it time. But bees will come and pollinate, birds will sing, and eventually, things will walk. It takes a little bit longer than a mortal lifespan to achieve, of course, but give it time, and from nothing, you will have everything.
So is this doctor a mortal?
Yes, he was, as I said, he was one of the mortals tasked, who was worth the part of the restoration project. Uh, As I said, he had been working on trying to develop a couple of things that would, well, as I said, the life forms out in the wasteland were a little bit hit or miss. He was one of the wizards and artificers we had working on new solutions at the time when he ran off with the gem. The gem can be a bit indiscriminate with its power at time, and I believe that its contact with Ivor may have driven him a bit unhinged at this point.
So he's not creating daisies, grass.
Um, he's creating some kind of plants, but they don't seem to be your normal kind of plants, from what I've heard. There's daisies, all right, but I don't think they're the kind you're thinking of.
Yeah, I've been known to partake in different types of plants.
Plants are good, okay?
Well, you know what? You guys just went on a mission, and I'm not a heathen, so I didn't take it with you. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit something, punch some plants. I never met a nerd like a doctor who could take me yet. So I'm ready. Let's go.
If you are ready to get to the task, if you need refreshment and rest, I can offer you it at my estate. I can't remember if we got a rest in between last session and now or not. Um, and so yes, and with that he opens up and just kind of gestures with his hand. Smoke billows out and forms a swirling circle, and before you, a portal to a very ornate garden opens up before you, and he gestures for you to follow him through as he kind of squeezes himself through the portal.
Yeah, yeah. Raul definitely just follows him.
Yep, I follow.
Akram will go as well. You know, Raul, you missed. I fought a golem by myself.
What type of golem?
A rock golem.
Oh, holy shit! What'd you do? Like take his kneecaps out first and chisel him down?
I thought about it. And I thought about how you would handle the situation. And,
WWRD.
right. And then I put myself in an invulnerable bubble and waited for it to die itself.
Opa dopa golem. Right? Yeah,
Right.
definitely. Good job, man. What's up?
All right. As you proceed through the portal, it opens up into this big, ornate, open garden. There are large columns of white marble surrounding the edge of it. In the side, there is, beautiful grass and various flowers of all sorts of kind and variety on display. It is worth noting that some of them are coming with warning labels. Uh, One of them says it bites. Uh, but there is a wide variety of beautiful flowers in this garden that he has entered out into. He's like, "Welcome to my palace," as he gestures around to the vast marble structures uh, beyond the edges of this garden. It's a rather huge, ornate kind of Greco-Roman style courtyard slash palace structure that he's invited you to stay in. Slash, if the party needs a rest.
Are there any people like working in the garden while we're in there?
There is a few people, well, uh, beings moving about. You can't really tell what they are. They're covered from head to toe in long flowing garb, but they are tilling tilling the ground and tending to the beds here and there. There's
Gotcha.
This garden is pretty big. It's about the size of like an entire football field. This
Gotcha.
courtyard that he's come out into, and
Then instead of interacting with any of them, I'm just gonna toss some beef jerky in the direction of the plant that bites.
it snatches it out of the air before it hits the ground. It just goes back to being a pretty little flower.
Gotcha.
Oh, that one's my personal favorite. Haven't found a whole lot of use for it yet.
Good for getting rid of plumbers.
My followers tell me that this is not something that you necessarily want to have out in the world. Apparently, farmers hate these kind of things. Whatever. I've never. Nah, not my forte.
Be
It's
good
best
for
to keep them near sewer pipes.
a good defensive wall, maybe. Just set a line of them up in front of something you don't, or around, something important like a gem that you don't want to get stolen.
Hmm. Well, that does seem like useful. We might have to do that in the future.
Can you spell his name one more time for me?
Kashad, Khashud.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Kashad. Kashad the Marvelous.
Wait, did you say the Marvelous? Because he's an
Marvelous.
Earth Gen?
No, he's actually a fire Jinn.
Oh. I thought this was Mikhail's patron for a second.
No.
And I was
This
like,
is
did you call him the Marvelous because he's an Earth Gen?
no. I wasn't gonna be that self-inserty. But he gestures you to make use of and rest within his gardens, and he says, "Whenever you are ready to proceed, head to the south out of my domain. At the gate, my gatekeeper will give you further directions to my man in the. Uh, and if there is nothing else you require of me or any questions you have, I am a very busy man. I have an entire world to build here.
Can
There's
we
much
eat any of these as opposed to vice versa?
Certainly, any of the ones that are edible, and if you are feeling vigorous enough to try some of the ones that are not, go for it. We are always open to experimentation here.
Bro was kind of looking at that plant that ate the beef jerky and like trying to like.
Bro, it's okay. I have more jerky.
I mean, just trying to attack.
But that would be plant and jerky. It'd be like having your meat and your salad at the same time.
But you can just put meat on a salad.
Meat and salad at the same time. Oh my god.
Yeah, you grill up some bird, you cut it up real nice, and you just lay it on top of some greens, pour some vinegar over it. Delicious.
I leave this plant alone. I just give it a stink eye one more time, then walk away and find something that won't eat me.
Yeah, I'm more of a dried meat and whiskey woman myself, but
I don't think there's a whiskey plant, so
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, y'all can partake of his refreshment here in the garden. There's plenty of fruits just and various things to eat. If you wish to try and eat the carnivorous plant, you can attempt to eat the carnivorous plant if you so choose.
I
Um,
think I'm good. Yeah,
but
we'll
it
take
is
a long rest or whatever here.
yep, and so you can take as long a rest here as you the party needs.
by the way, it's corn.
Corn.
Corn is the whiskey plant.
Corn is the whiskey plant. Okay.
Got the juice.
It does.
Oh, corn or rye, barley or wheat.
Yeah.
So who's his confidant here that we have to meet up with?
He told you to whenever you're ready to head south out of his domain. Um, as as you do so, his palace is broken up into more of these little courtyards. Various things are growing in often often these various fields, and these fields kind of go on and on and on and on for a good ways. But after a mile of fields, you come up to this great big earthen wall. Above the tip of it, you can see a kind of like a blue shimmer that fades up into invisibility that kind of slightly curves up away from the wall, kind of implying a dome around this entire area, extending from the top of this giant. Just looks like someone just basically raised Earth, this structure from the very ground itself. And standing in front of it is a large uh, statue-like sentinel. He stands, about 12 feet tall, carrying a huge glaive, and it stands motionless next to a huge gate in the wall.
I look at the sentinel while holding my own glaive. I just look at it and say, "Yours is only bigger because you're taller."
Reach is a notably superior aspect of combat, but not necessarily the end-all be-all. You are the ones my lord has told me to look for.
That would be us.
Very well. Beyond this gate lies the waste. It is a very hellish place. Look out. I hear the scavenger rats are very hungry this time of year. And the giant mega worms, we have drove most of them out, but there might still be one in the area. Please be on the lookout for telltale signs.
You said what type of worms?
It was just called the mega worm. We never gave it really a good name. It was kind of shit.
Does
Is
it
this
live underground or does it fly?
WORM or WYRM?
W, I believe. I'm not entirely. It's a worm. WORM.
Oh, okay.
Ground. Sluggy thing.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha. Not a primordial worm, the kind that breathe the elements and fly.
No, attempts to introduce them to the environment out here have failed.
Understood.
Place is not exactly hospitable for dragon life.
Hey, how much do you weigh?
I weigh approximately 45 tons.
Get out of my carrying capacity. Just checking. Just curious.
Um,
Is that a normal line of questioning for fleshy beings?
For me, yeah, I'm not sizing myself up against you, but I'm kind of sizing myself up against you. It's a personal thing.
Cast
Got some
enlarge
insecurities.
reduce on Raul.
You cast reduce on me.
I cast enlarge. I said enlarge reduce, but I cast enlarge.
Oh yeah, Raul gets big.
Your mass increases by 8-fold as well, so you are now theoretically capable of lifting this guy.
Yeah, you now swell up to height. And yeah, whereas before he was kind of looking down at you, he's like raises up and is now looking at you like eye level. It's like interesting development.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this one, man. I need this one for the ring. Yeah. And he kind of like starts to like box a little bit at the sentinel. Yeah.
Sentinel just kind of nods, but he just kind of sits there unmovingly.
Okay, fine. Oh boy.
Is there any assistance I can offer you before you depart?
Um,
The location you are to travel to is a good 2 days walk from here, if you have no other form of transportation.
You got a well?
Water is precious here.
Well, yeah, and we're about to walk through 2 days of desert.
He puts his hand on the ground and stone kind of circle shape just kind of forms and a well literally pushes itself out of the ground.
Dip my skins. Much obliged. And I flick a gold.
It bounces off of him and he doesn't even try and go for it.
Fantastic. I just start saddling up gold.
While it might not be water, I do have this, and I pull out my slumbering dragon vessel, which is basically a large Viking drinking horn that automatically fills with ale once a day.
Okay. You're
That's close
offering a
enough.
you're
No,
offering
I'm so like I'm just telling the party like we might not have water, but we will have ale.
Oh, I mean, there's always ale, but
I mean, I could
but yes.
conjure
You
some
can
water skins. I don't need them myself, but if you guys think that you will perish and we need more water,
I mean,
I
more
think
water's never a bad thing, but I mean, it's 2 days. Then we got rations for it, right? We got beef jerky. I still got some oranges from the garden that I picked up.
I've also got the spell Hero's Feast.
Should be doing that like every day.
yeah,
hey,
the
got
Hero's
that.
Feast is an abusable spell.
1000% it is. They should be like, if I have a party with Heroes Feast, I'd be surprised if they aren't doing it every single morning. Yeah.
That and Mordenkainen Mansion. Once you have that, you just assume you're always doing it.
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
That's why my bard took both of those spells.
I was seduced by the allure of simulacrum and the shenanigans that is going to come from
I
making
thought
copies
about
of my
it.
wizard. But he offers you water, Winifred, to fill up on, as well as plenty of water to stock up for the Colt if he needs some as well.
Gotcha.
Um, he also offers you grain and feed for the horse as well.
Oh, mighty kind.
All right, so are we about to set forth into the wilderness?
Seems so.
I'm going to take the 10 minutes to cast Hero's Feast then.
Yep, go for it. Do whatever you're gonna do, and then get ready to hit the road.
So let me get my 2d10. This one and this one. All right, everybody's hit point maximum increases by 15 for the next 24
Ooh.
hours.
My man.
That's a good one. That's gonna be good.
Good rolls. And adjusting Colt's HP.
I now just have a mental image of the horse partaking of the hero's feast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Colt's a member of the party.
A valued member.
Yeah.
Of course.
Colt is one half of the brains of this operation.
He really is.
The other half is Akram. Because Shocklin is not a genius.
All right, you sit down. You partake of Shocklin's wonderful feast of whatever food he chooses to produces for his hero feast. And the sentinel just sit and kind of watches quizzically as you do so. But after a while, you get up, get all your supplies ready, and the sentinel, whenever you're ready to set out, he turns to the wall beside him, slams his giant glaive into a slot in it, and begins cranking this big giant crank to open these giant stone doors. As they open, a rush of air comes flooding in, bearing with it all sorts of, just this fine dust-like powder. He says, "Farewell. Whenever you return, knock and I will open the door for you again."
Like a
Thank you.
secret knock or like a.
Whatever you so choose, I will hear it all.
What if the giant worm comes up and never mind? Yeah, no.
He doesn't have hands.
He makes a
Bro
valid
walks.
point.
He is a statue after all.
Yeah. So, through the gate we go.
Uh, as you'll set foot into the waste is a just tumultuous, just ever blowing wind is just constantly scouring across this just blasted hellscape of a landscape. Um, there's very little, you don't see any real vegetation or anything living out here at all, and there is kind of a what looks like a road going somewhat south, but it's very hard to see under the constant ever flowing, just ever blowing dust everywhere. It's like kind of walking in a perpetual sandstorm. As you
Are we still able to keep our trajectory as far as knowing where we're going?
there is, like I said, a road, and as they said, basically they just said all you have to do is follow this road south, and you'll be able to locate their agent, and all you got to do is just stay on the road and not get lost in the sandstorm that never ends.
Or
Um, but
O's fur is just covered in dirt now. Like he went from his normal like dark brown to whatever color this sand is. I assume either red or very light, like sand color.
it's a very kind of like a rusty red color, yeah.
He is now rusty red in color. Yeah.
Covered in dust. Gotcha.
I'm just gonna make a covered wagon for us to ride in.
Okay. You're gonna use that's your creation ability.
Yeah, I'm just going to. There is now a wagon. It has walls and a roof, and we can ride in it, and it will just go on its own.
That is definitely the way to travel, my friend.
Yeah.
Does Colt fit in said wagon, or is Colt
No,
gonna have to?
we ride next to the wagon.
Gotcha. But yeah, as you're going on, who's trying to keep a lookout? Winifred, I assume, since you're riding out.
100%.
All right.
And I will too, just because I'm literally decked to the nines in magical equipment for that purpose.
Gotcha. All right, let me see. All right. What's your passive perceptions? Just out of curiosity.
20.
20. Okay, Jesus
21.
Christ. All right, so yeah, well, I'm not even gonna bother asking then. No, y'all are pretty dang alert. Even with this sandstorm going on, with a 20 perception, it's pretty easy to see. With Shockland's cart and you on Colt, you actually are making pretty good time through the wastelands. It's probably going to take y'all really only a day to make this trek, where it would have made y'all taken y'all 2 days on foot. But due to your speed and haste across the wastes, and especially Colt looking like a tasty snack, um, there's out in the winds you hear cry pick up as various voices kind of creatures' voices cry out. You know, you hear few off to your left howl, few off to your right, and slowly, as time is going on, you're hearing these two different groups coming closer to triangulating in from both sides on you.
They're heading us off at the pass.
They're heading you off at the pass.
How close are these things? Are they?
Visibility is very, very poor. It is kind of hard to see much further than uh, low light conditions. I'll say. Uh,
Okay.
um,
Um,
so about you have limited visibility out to you have good visibility out to 30 feet, limited visibility out to 60, and then poor visibility out to 120. I'll say.
are
Um,
they outside of my visibility entirely?
they are for now. They have not yet entered your visibility. You just hear them out there in the sandstorm approaching.
I'm gonna shout over to Winifred. Hey, you think these things are scared of gunpowder?
I think that if they aren't, they'll soon learn to be.
I hand you a small cask. It is about yay big. I say, throw it and shoot it whenever you think you can scare them off with it.
100%.
Okay. All right, so you get your little cask of it's not really a little cask, it's a pretty big little keg there of gunpowder from Shockland producing it.
Technically, it's TNT, but
Okay, so that's gonna have a
Is
little
there
bit.
is there nitroglycerin in this? It's an important question.
Tiny bit.
Okay, yeah, we're we're holding this very gingerly.
like 75-25.
Awesome.
But gotcha. Yeah. It's about this time that you see a couple of the dim shapes, begin to approach within that, like I said, 120 vision range. These are small, kind of loping, four-legged things running across the ground. They're all kind of, you know, vaguely canine, rodent-ish looking combination um, of just kind of leathery, scraggly, scaly beasts. And there's about a group of 12 of them. Uh, 12 total, 7 to the left, uh, 5 to the right, approaching Shockland's wagon.
And how big did you say they were? Like, well, how big they
They
were?
are rodents of unusual size, so they are about the size of a large dog. Uh, bigger, kind of wolf size, basically. Not dire wolf size, but bigger than the average canine. And so, yeah, there's groups of them come slobbering over the hill. Winifred, you want to try and make a throw here?
Yeah, I'll make a. I get 3 attacks, so I'll use one of them to absolutely throw a cask at the mob of ROSs.
Gotcha. I'm gonna let you do that before the combat kicks off here, and I'll have everybody else roll initiative.
All right, let's see. So I'm guessing just Dex plus proficiency.
What's throwing in fifth head? Yeah, I guess that would probably be the best. Yeah, there's no real thing for throwing. It's either that or athletics, I guess.
I got 18.
Okay. 18 throw. All right. And go ahead and make an attack.
All right.
I'm gonna use that 18 influence your AC.
It's gonna be a 26 to
Jesus,
do
my friend.
2d12 damage to the cask.
Okay, yeah, that is enough to blow that cast to smithereens. Which direction are you throwing it? Right or left?
I feel like since I would have been writing just in my head, I was on the right side of the cart, so I imagine I'm worried about the ROSs. That I don't have a cart between me, between
Gotcha.
the
So the
horse
group of
and
5.
yeah.
All right, you chuck that off, and as it's twirling through the air, they're coming running into it. You pull out the long rifle, masterfully track it, and then right as it drops down towards their faces, you pull the trigger on that. And you just see a massive just explosion rocks the area. That's the loudest thing you've heard out here, other than the wind, so far, and the cry of these critters. And there is just kicks up a whole bunch of dust and sand in that direction. And I need initiative from everybody else as the rest of combat happens.
All right. The gunpowder keg deals 7d6 fire damage to any creature within 10 feet of it when it blows.
Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind.
23.
Alright.
Yeah, it definitely blew up in their faces. You can't really see what's going on over there because that generated a massive cloud of
Yeah.
dust when it blew up. So you
Anybody
can't
who's within 10 feet of me, add +4 to your initiative. Sorry.
pretty much
Noted.
should be everybody. You're in a cart, so it should be impossible to be further than that.
Puts me at a 25.
25.
18 natural plus 2 plus 4.
I got a 27 with the
Alright.
+4.
26.
I've got a 23.
Alright. Just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Tristan, what was yours again?
23.
23. And Kyle, what was you again?
27.
27. Okay. Dang, y'all damn near almost got everything back to back. All right, let's see what the critters do. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do that well. Alrighty. So, first up in combat is Winifred. With your 27, you were the first one up. You can't see the results on the group to the right. That's still a giant cloud of dust that is will slowly settle over the next turn. And off to your left, about let's say at this point about 70, closing on to 60 feet, is the other group of 7 giant canine rodents.
Uh, double check. Oh yeah, that's perfectly within range. Yeah, I'm gonna start taking pop shots. Oh, we won't be using that dice. Pop shots at some of these ROS.
All right,
22 to hit.
22 to hit. That definitely hits.
24 damage. It's only a 14 to hit. The second one.
That does not hit.
God, it a 15 to hit the third one. Jeez.
Oh.
So yeah, I get one good shot off. I'm not used to firing this fast.
Okay. You ping one of the rats pretty high on the shoulder. It wavers and kind of staggers around. It's not dead, but it definitely halted its charge, unlike the rest of its brethren. From that shot, pretty hard.
Gotcha.
He ain't looking good, but he's still alive. All right. You gonna do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action duck between the cart and Colt. That's a stupid number. That's a 30 stealth check.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, you basically, with one hand, you threw the thing, shot that, whipped around to the other side, popped another one, and then rolled off of Colt, dipping out behind the cart. Yeah, you were pretty well hidden with that roll.
Sweet. And that'll be it.
All right. Next we go to Mikey. There are lots of characters I have with A's in my name. Remind me which one's yours.
Akram.
Akram. Okay. Gotcha. That was. Oh. All right. Akram, you are up then.
And there are how many?
There are.
The ones the opposite side from Winifred.
There is 7 that you can still clearly see. There were 5 in the group that Winifred threw the bomb at that you can't clearly see because they are obscured still.
Okay. Okay, one of the ones that I can see on the opposite side, I'm going to hit with chain lightning. It's going to bounce to 3 other ones. So I need a dex save from all 4 of them.
All right. What's the DC?
12. Mm. Did my proficiency go up? No. So let's see, 19.
19. All right. Okay. 2 pass.
Okay. View details page.
They both rolled a 21 and a 22 respectively.
Okay, the 2 that failed will take 52 damage. Lightning.
Okay.
The 2 that passed will take, what's that, 26.
Okay. All right. So the 2 that take the 50, the full damage, they are just outright cooked. They are pretty much dead on impact as the lightning bolt just kind of skewers through them. You know, as they are shocked by the lightning, they are pretty much dead. The other 2 are on death's door, still kicking, but a very, very cooked rat as well. The smell of singed meat and fur is starting to get mixed in with the ever-present smell of sand.
Gross.
Cooked rat. Gotta love it. Cooked mutant rat.
It's times like these where I'm glad I don't have to eat anymore.
But all right, is that all your turn, Agram?
Mhm.
All right. And so we go down to Raul. You are
Yeah.
the next up.
How many are to the right and left, respectively, now?
There is on the left-hand side, there are 3 injured, and 2 dead out of 7 total.
Right.
And on the right, there is 5 in an undeterminate amount of state.
And how far are the ones with the in the group of 7? How far are they away?
They were about roughly 60 feet, 60 to 50 feet.
Um. Well, limits what I can do there. So. Yeah. Just can't get to him yet. That's the problem. Okay. Well, I will run. I'll jump down off the cart, run my 30 feet, and I guess I'll just hit one of the injured ones with Toll of the Dead.
Okay. He
Wisdom
is.
save of 18.
All right. He fails that. So how much damage does he take? Though I suspect
One,
this might be a bit redundant.
one more D8. Just need one more. That's a bunch of D10s. There's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage.
Okay. With that, you point out and designate one of the injured ones from Akram's lightning, and you finish it off with a swift toll of the dead as it bong, and its time is up upon the mortal plane.
It doesn't sound like bong. It goes ding, ding, ding.
All
Yeah.
right, so like like the wrestling bell, ding 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 ding
Bell,
ding.
yeah. Match on. Let's go.
KO. So yeah, he is KO.
That's yeah. There's not much I can do from that distance. I'm an up close and personal type of guy here. So.
Okay. The rest of the rats are starting to look at you a bit funny though now, Raoul, as you have made yourself a big target.
Oh, actually, I guess I'll go ahead and. Nah, these are little guys. Nah, I'm not gonna waste a spell on these guys.
And so yeah, is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
All right, Shocklin, thou art
Uh,
next.
how far are these things from the wagon?
As I told Raoul, they're about 50 to 60 feet from you.
50 to 60. Okay.
Yep.
That limits my options a wee bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that group Raoul has gotten up on. You still don't know what happened to the group to the right. Don't know how many of them are dead or if there's any still alive over there though yet.
Oh yeah, when I run that way, I'm just yelling out for Winifred too, because I also don't know what happened to Winifred. Winifred just disappeared, and I'm like, oh no, they got Winifred.
The object's permanence is lost there. Yeah, she just slips from people's minds.
You hear in just a crystal clearness in your head. Oh God, what would he call you? Worry not, furred one. Winifred is fine.
Is Cult still visible?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Colt
Colt's just chilling there.
Yeah, and if you look over, Colt is looking directly at you.
Colt is unfazed by the howling beast coming for his flesh, as he was the one that they were most interested in eating.
Does Colt have a level or a challenge rating?
Not
Colt
that
is a warhorse with modified stats.
For the purpose of polymorph, what is Colt's stat?
Um,
What is the normal CR of a warhorse? I think it's like 1/4.
it's like a 1/3 or so. It's not. Hold up, I have it here. It's not great.
No, a horse is not. A normal horse isn't great. I mean, you can get some that are like CR2.
Yes.
Fancy
A
horse.
regular
1/2.
warhorse, not counting the fact that he has like he's a level 10 horse for HP reasons, and is wearing a belt of giant strength. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's probably
unfortunately.
like a CR8 follower,
yeah, something like that.
is what it would boil down to.
Yeah, he's much more in line with being a follower than a actual warhorse.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
we've played Colt really fast and loose, but he hasn't really done anything in combat, but offered me something to hide behind.
Okay, but so for the purpose of polymorph, are we rolling him a CR8 then? Is that what was just decided?
uh, this is a council of GMs. What is the decision on should we count the horse as a giving it a decent CR? Because if I'm not mistaken, a CR8 lets you turn it into a T-Rex.
That is true, it does.
I thought T-Rex was 10. Okay, maybe he's a CR5.
Okay, that's a little more
I
reasonable.
Yeah.
don't think Colt should be a T-Rex.
Like just making sure before we unleash a T-Rex cult on the campaign.
4 level 5 adventurers would have an adequate time dealing with it. Wouldn't be a deadly encounter, but he could kill one of them. So
Okay.
it would be a decent encounter.
Are we sure we can't argue for 6?
You have the
I mean,
polymorph lift up,
that's
don't you?
between
Lift on
y'all.
6.
Mammoth.
I mean, Mammoth was kind of silly, but
I mean,
yeah, let's.
Colt should
Other
be
than
fine. He's
telepathy,
got
does he
over
actually have
100.
any abilities?
Nope. I mean, he's got some magic items. I mean, it increases his strength, but he's got 101 hit points and a 20
The
strength.
fuck?
Yeah, because of the Hero's Feast.
Gotcha. Still, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, I think like 5 might be a good place to put him.
I
Five
think
sounds
he's
good.
fine at 5. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. So I'm gonna polymorph him into a Triceratops then.
that works. Does Colt count as a consenting creature, Winifred?
I believe so, only because no one's ever like he's a party member is casting magic on me. He must be trying to help. He's never had polymorph cast on him before, so he wouldn't know to be like, I don't not want to be a horse.
Okay, so as long as he consents and not you consent as his owner,
Yeah.
yeah. Then yeah, Colt is suddenly transformed into a rather confused but kind of okay with the situation Triceratops.
Oh, he's not confused. He now has an int of 2.
Well, life just got a lot simpler for Colt.
Yeah. He's an awakened horse. Like I paid the money to have the spell cast on him, so
Like, it's back to the good old things, just eating grass and trampling people. The good old classics.
I
Gotta
feel
love the classics.
yep, because he does know that there were things coming to eat him, and I think that is an like an ingrained instinct of this
Gotcha,
wanted to eat me.
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
just sent you his new stat block.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Hmm.
Now that Colt is doing things, I'm gonna have him go on your initiative, Kyle. But since you've already gone, go ahead and have Colt take his action.
Um,
Is that something, Ro?
Yeah, so if I have this right, Raul is staring into Colt's eyes, getting the message that Winifred is good.
Yeah.
And then
Winifred.
this
Fuck.
horse turns into a triceratops in front of him. Even if Colt is not confused about what is going on, Raul very much is. Raul has he thinks he's tripping balls, that the sand has some like magical ayahuasca effect on him. He's not quite sure what's going on. He's covered in this shit. He assumes it's the sand. Yeah.
Has he even like seen a dinosaur before? Has he even
Nope.
Shocklin, what is this weird magic?
Oh, that's great.
Uh,
But yeah, if you want to go ahead and make a Colts action now, and then we'll have him go after you next round.
gotcha. Yeah, I think knowing that what's the speed? Oh God. How far away?
The ones like I said, 50 to 60 for the various distances. The ones on the right were I'll say they were a little closer. They were approaching around the 50 to 45 range
Great.
for
Then yeah.
you anyway, because you're over
Then
on that side of the wagon.
yeah. Colt's just going to take off and try to do a trampling charge on one of the dogs.
All right. Is he going left or right?
He'll go right because they're the 50 foot away.
All right, he's gonna go charging into the cloud of dust and see, where he sees various shapes kind of moving around in the dust cloud.
I'm gonna
Go
pick a
for it.
random dice for Colt. Okay. Polymorph mystical. Let's go. 24 to hit.
Scheiße.
He rolled a 15 and gets a +9 to the gore.
Whew. Yeah, he's just kind of indiscriminately going through there. Let's see what he. Okay. Yeah, he runs right through the dust cloud of your explosion, and you hear something kind of squish and break in the cloud. You're not entirely clear what, but Colt seems to be fine. But something broke.
Good. Do you want damage on that or?
Go for the damage. Let me see how much
Uh,
damage she actually does.
A lot.
12, 15. Or no, sorry, 13, 16, 17 plus 6, so 23. And if it's still alive, it needs to make a strength saving throw.
What's the DC on that? Though it doesn't
It's
matter.
only it's 13.
It rolled a 2, so yeah, it failed that strength save. So what happens to it?
It is prone, and then as a bonus action, it's gonna make a stomp attack. Another 24.
That
I
hits.
rolled another
I was
15.
say it's technically at advantage if he's prone.
Let's roll for crit.
See if Colt
That's
crits.
that's a 2. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that 24, and then 14, 19, 25 stomp damage.
25 stomp damage. On top of the other damage that the critter had already taken, this one is kersplorched. Like I said, Colt just goes diving into the dust cloud out of sight. You hear all sorts of yelping and cries of pain and something popping like a watermelon in there.
There we go.
As one of the critters is for sure dead over there.
And now the wagon goes at the end of my initiative.
Man, the wagon can really just drive forward.
No, it has attacks.
It
It's a
can
dancing
attack.
item from my College of Creation ability.
Mhm.
It has a stat block.
Are you shitting me? This thing can actually attack.
Yes, it really can. Not only that, it has a fly speed and the hover ability. So the wagon is going to
I mean, if it technically gets a chance to do something, it gets a chance to do something.
so it is going to follow in after Colt. And it's going to make its one attack against the closest enemy it can get to within 40 feet.
Okay. It's gonna try and trundle over there and see if it can't roll over something.
It has its attack is called Force Empowered Slam, and it uses my spell attack modifier to hit. It has a reach of 5
Alright.
feet. That is 19 on the die plus 5, so 24 to hit.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
Uh,
I'll admit, I did not see the wagon coming.
You didn't
That's
look
how you
both.
get isekai'd.
I just learned that term, by the way, like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's amazing.
Fuck.
So that's gonna be 13 force damage.
Okay. It goes wandering off into the cloud of dust too, and it starts hitting something. There's more mayhem and chaos going on over there as a Triceratops and a wagon of all things decide to throw down.
Uh,
Shockland, where did you move to in all this, by the way?
I'm still in the wagon.
Oh, you're riding the wagon? Okay, then yeah, you go with the wagon.
Can I?
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Akram,
fine.
if you were in the wagon, then you're still in the wagon too.
Yeah.
Are you on the wagon, Akram?
Yeah, the spell I'm gonna cast has a range of 300 feet, so it's okay. Although now in my head there is like every isekai, like Truck-kun is a dancing item now. There's a bard in all contemporary Japanese anime just running around summoning a truck to send people to other worlds. That's what it
Yeah,
is now.
pretty much.
Forever in my mind.
Shockland. Shockland is the one behind Truck-kun. That's
So
his
yeah,
actual job.
God, he must get so bored after this adventure.
all right. So if y'all are in the cart, then y'all see what's going on in the dust cloud. As you burst in the cloud and things are starting to kind of dissipate now. You see that there is one trampled critter, one critter that is missing a head. It's already dead, lying on the ground. As well as there is the one you force slammed the cart. It got knocked a little bit away. It's out of the way of the cart.
Yeah.
That's 3. And what are the other 2 up to? Oh yeah, one of the other. Okay, yeah, 2 of them died to the explosion. Actually, I forgot to say that. Yeah, 2 died to the explosion because that was a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. But one of the there's, let me get my numbers right. There's 2 left critters left alive over on this side. However, one of the critters you notice, Shockland, is a lot larger and beefier than the rest of them. This seems
Ooh.
to be some kind of a pack leader, maybe, of the group. It is kind of shaking its head, confused and dazed from the explosion, and it now gets to take its action. And let me see what it does. And the cart is odd, but there's people in the cart, and so it goes swinging and attacking at Shockland, who it sees, who I imagine is just kind of hanging on the front of this thing like a madman.
Yes, he's standing there like braced, like glaive out, like hooting and hollering like he's having the greatest time ever.
That's great.
Yeah, I never understood why Celts had to ride their chariots on the crossbars and not in the actual chariot portion. All right, so he's going to make an attack at you. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
20 hits you? Wow. Okay.
AC 18.
And another 20. Neither of these were crits, though.
Yep, they both hit.
Okay. Alrighty, he is going to rend at you with his 2 claws then. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm gonna roll another set of dice instead of those. That's better. All right. So for the first attack, you take 7 plus 3 damage, so 10. And then for the second one, you take that's 8 plus 3, 11.
So 21.
21 damage total as it's with these big scything claws just kind of reaches up over the edge of the cart and is clawing at you
Okay.
as it is trying to get up onto the cart with you as well.
All right.
The other little runt critter is going to try and circle around the back of the cart. And Akram, are you hanging out the back or are you kind of actually in the cart proper?
I'm hanging at the back.
All right, it's going to take a swing at you then. Does an 18 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. All right. So it attempts to attack you and try and claw at you like the one at the front did, but it fails to actually make contact with you as it just kind of bounces off your armor or whatever you have for defense.
Magic.
All right. And so we have Raoul. You have the attention of a bunch of these critters. They're gonna try and gangbang you here. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
All right.
When you do that, when you miss me, I will do my repost Battlemaster maneuver. You can
Okay.
use your action to expend one superiority die, make a melee weapon attack against it, add a superiority die to the damage.
All
So
right.
going to hit that one who tried to hit me.
Yep. Bad rat.
It's going to be an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Oh, 2 plus 8, 10. Plus another d10 because of superiority.
Yep. Don't forget the
15.
15 damage total. All right. Yeah, this thing kind of comes up at you and it tries to claw, and you're just like, no, bang, bonk it on the head as it just comes
Running
sliding
shot.
up to you, and it aborts its attack as it fails to hit you. The other ones are gonna have a go, and that's gonna be a miss. 'Cause that's also a 17.
18 is my AC.
That's a terrible one. I don't think a 10 hits you. What was that?
I was saying my AC is 18.
Okay. All right. And so one of them rolled a 19. So
Okay.
19 hits. And so he's going to take a scratch at you. And he is going to hit you for grand total of 9 damage.
9 damage. Ow.
Yes.
Got it.
Give me a Constitution save, by the way.
Con save plus 9.
Uh,
Oh
Shockman,
no.
I forgot to make you. I need to make you make this one too because he actually hit you.
12.
Okay. Well, are you still within 10 feet of me?
I don't think so. I think I ended up going the
No.
other.
Okay.
The cart went
Yeah.
careening off in the direction, and when
Yeah.
it did, y'all's parted ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a
Oh.
3 plus my 9, so 12.
So 12 for con save.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm making a con save, you say?
Yep.
Okie dokie. So that's 23.
23. Okay, you are fine, Shocklin. But
Okay.
Raoul, from that little scratch, it doesn't do it hurt a lot, but that part of your arm is starting to feel a little numb.
Is it poison?
Yep.
He's immune to poison due to Hero's Feast.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, the arm feels tingly, but you're like, huh, it's tingly.
Right, so I've seen a Triceratops. I think I'm tripping, and now my body's tingling. Hurt. Okay, cool. Yep. All in the same place right now.
Oh, and the cart's hovering.
Yeah. Normal day for Raoul.
Yeah.
Normal day in the multiverse. But yeah, all right. So that was the rat's turn, and so we are back around to the top of the turn order. That goes back to Winifred and Colt. Winifred, the cart that you were hiding behind is no longer there, but no one seems to have noticed.
I just ducked down as my horse and the cart ran away from me, and I'm like, well, uh, uh
I thought you were doing the thing where you were clicking to call.
Wait,
no, I fully dismounted to hide. So he ran off as the Triceratops, and I'm just like, well, all right then. Uh, so how many are left in? So the cart went off to the right.
cart went to the right, where there are now two left that you can see. One of them is a big, scarier, seems to be larger and bigger than the rest of the pack, and it's currently trying to get on the cart with where Shockland is. The other one has run around the back, and Raul is currently saying "bad dog" to one of the a group of four of them over to the left,
Got it.
who are all just kind
So
of like clamoring around him like puppies right now. Big, scary
we're
mutant puppies.
gonna just go ahead and take some cracks at the big one. For my first shot, I will be using sharpshooter. Oop,
Okay, gonna hurt.
oh god, that's god awful even with advantage. Jesus Christ. Are proficiencies still +4 level 11?
I believe so. Yes, I don't think
Okay,
it's. I think it's like level 13 or something when it starts to
got
go
it.
up again. Double
So
check me on
because
that,
I
but
take my -5, I only get a 16.
16 to hit. A 16 does not hit him,
I
unfortunately.
did not think so. So we're just going to roll regular. Jesus Christ. Okay. Does a 21 hit though?
21 does hit. That
Fantastic.
that does hit the critter. Just for clarity, he has a 19, by the way.
All right. So that's going to be uh math 16 damage.
16 damage. All right. Yeah, you shoot it, in the side as it's trying to like climb up. Um, you catch it pretty good with a nice wound there. That's not going to be enough to kill it.
I'm doing great, but I'm not doing so hot. But this fight isn't about me. So Triceratops cult is then gonna try to gore it.
But despite that, it seems to be far too enamored with Shockland to have noticed, actually have noticed you shooting it, despite the fact that you're kind of sitting in the open now. It doesn't seem to
Good
have noticed.
God.
All right.
I
And then
guess
next is Colt.
I guess that dice is lost to the ether right now. So this one. Colt's rolling better than me. That's good.
Sweet.
22 to hit, or more than that, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he turns his head back towards the cart and kind of flicks his horns into the one that's going for Shockland. How much damage does he do?
Uh, 19 damage.
Okay. Yeah, he flicks his horns into it and kind of catches it with a nice raking blow to the side, leaving a nice big long gash down the side of the critter. It yells in pain, but it is still up and about. But it did not like getting gored by a triceratops. All right, and is that your turn, Winifred?
Yep, that'll be it. Yeah, that'll be everything.
All right. Next up, that's gonna be Akram. There is a monster trying to claw into your face right now. He is right up on you.
Um, I guess I am going to point my wand at it and say bad puppy and cast Eldritch Blast. So 25, 27, and 28 to hit.
Yeah, those all hit. How much damage is that?
3d10 plus 15.
Eesh. All right.
You're a d10, you're a d10, you're a d10.
You're a D10.
18, 23, 38 damage.
38 damage. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, you blast this one that's coming for you, and it is. Oof! It dies pretty heinously as you just eldritch blast it to the face. Um,
Bad doggy, no biscuit.
yeah, it's leaping through the air as you just kind of point your hand at it and say nope, and it just ceases to function.
Gotta
That's
love
some life.
agonizing blast.
Agonizing
Oh,
blast
yeah.
lives up to its name. That is indeed true. All right. Is there anything else you're going to do this turn, Mikey?
Um,
Fern has joined the table.
I don't think so. So there's one more over here that Shockland's dealing with, right?
Yeah, it's the one at the front of the cart. It has currently been shot, gored by a triceratops, and is, injured and showing its injury.
Okay, so I will jump out of the cart and take full movement towards the other set of them and roll.
All right. Gotcha. Yeah, you can move good distance. Yep. What's your movement? 30 feet? You're just a regular
Uh,
humanoid?
I don't think I have anything attached to my movement, so yeah, 30.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to bonus action click my wing and boots and move 60.
Okay, that's perfectly fine then. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know with people's weird Gestalt builds. You never know who can run Mach 50.
Right.
And that's going to be your turn then. And so now we go to Raoul. You are surrounded by 4 angry rats who are being very, very pestering.
All right, I am going to make an attack against one of them. It'll be a trip attack. So it'll be my normal attack plus superiority die, which is a D10. 21 to hit.
Yeah, you hit it.
Yeah, for 8 damage.
Okay.
Then it needs to make a strength save. The DC is 21.
All right. DC 21. It fails.
Okay, so it is now prone.
All right. It's on the floor.
I am then going to stomp on it, so I get advantage on this one.
Go for it.
And as I go to stomp on it, my foot just like starts glowing with radiant energy. I'm gonna add my divine strike to this one. It's a 22 to hit for 7 and 8 is 15 damage.
Okay. Is that that's in addition to the original tripping tack 8?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Actually, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add my actual. That shouldn't have been 8 the first time. It should have been 16. I forgot to add my just my modifier to it.
Gotcha. I was just double checking. So it felt like that was a little low.
Yeah. So 16 the first time, and then 15 this time.
15. All right. Yeah, you bring your foot down. You bring your hands, like trip it up, send it flinging on its back, and with just your mighty foot, just stomp down onto its chest, and it pops and pops like a watermelon as it is dead. That is one of the critters gone.
Okay, I'm then going to, as I stomp on this one, just like stick my hand out to the one that's closest and just try to grapple it. I don't think they're going to be able to not get grappled by me. My athletics is a plus 19.
Let's see if they can beat that. Yeah, they're Dexy.
All right, well, I rolled an 8 plus 19, so 27.
There's always the chance for a There's a chance for a nat 20, which they did not get. So no, it is grappled. Yeah, the one that tried to take a bite at you earlier, you just reach out and just grab it. And it's like my turn now.
Sweet. The, so I want to do this. I just need to read the wording on this really quick. Hold on 1 second. Where is it? Should be under class features. It's definitely a class feature. It has to do with. Oh, those are my cleric ones. That's why. Okay. Okay, that's at the start of it. Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and use my action surge. We're just gonna try to take all these little critters out right now. And the one that I'm grappling, I'm now going to shove to the ground, which is that other athletics? I think so.
If you're doing a grapple shove combo, it's athletics.
Yeah,
You're
so
just
he's
trying to shove.
grappled. Now I shove him. That's a 14 plus 19. So
Yeah, no, he can't do anything. You can send this rat wherever you want it, basically.
yeah, just shove him to the ground. Yeah, with my first attack this time, and now I'll go ahead and make my 2 actual attacks into him. Ugh, 4 plus 14, I think. Yeah, so 18.
To hit, you rolled with advantage, right?
Or with advantage, yeah.
Okay. 18 unfortunately does not hit him.
Yeah, I rolled terrible. I rolled a 3 and a 4. All right, next attack. It's gonna be a 19 to hit. I rolled a 4
19
and a
matches him. That
5.
matches him.
Okay, 12 damage to him.
All right. Yeah. You slam him down right next to the corpse of his brother in an attempt to do the same to him, but he is still politely kicking. The rat does not seem to like this development.
Yeah, bet not. Yeah. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's 3 attacks because I did a grapple and then a shove and then 2 attacks. Yep. Yeah. That's everything for me. I'm still grappling this bad boy.
Sweet. All right. That's gonna go to Shocklin.
All right.
Ah,
So,
when did you cast invisibility?
um, so I have this thing in my face, right?
Yeah, it's like right up in your face, trying to climb into the cart with you currently.
Like it decided that it wanted to die the most horrific death that it possibly could,
Yep.
and chose me to be the deliverance for this. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, it's more of the fact that you were just the biggest and most chaotic thing, and it went for you.
All
And
right.
the
Well,
Triceratops.
my only question is, do I count as flanking for the cart's involvement in this location?
I'm going to say no. Like,
It was worth an
flank-
ask.
flanking with the cart might be a bit much.
I'm gonna swing my glaive at it.
Go for it. Make me a swing.
Can't
Uh,
knock the hustle.
No, definitely not.
So that is going to be a 27 to hit.
Okay, you hit.
Excellent. Um, so I now have improved Divine Smite, which means I always get at least a D8 of smite damage on top of the Divine Smite that I'm going to unleash right now at 3rd level. Um, so that's gonna
So,
be
how much damage?
so I'm also using Great Weapon Master on this. So that'd be actually -5 to hit, so there's a 22 hit.
22 still hits.
Okay.
I love you.
So that's 11
We love you too.
plus
Oh, I thought it was
4.
muted. I'm so sorry, guys. My bad.
So that's gonna be 16 before I start rolling smite.
Okay, let me add up. Where'd my calculator goes? It is not quite dead yet. It is just clinging on to life, though. Gee,
Plus another 20 radiant.
was another 20 radiant. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Ye-
and plus the 10 from Great Weapon Master.
Okay, so yeah. You slam your glaive down into the head of this thing, and with with either a word or a phrase, just like glowing radiant light erupts from the wound and scorches its skull from the inside as you smite its head clean off of its shoulders. It is McDead dead.
I look around. Is there any other enemies near me?
There is no other ones in this group. You have killed all the five to all the group to the right. Raoul is engaged with three of the rat critters, one of whom is on the ground and another whom is being grappled.
Okay. Um, I am going to direct the cart to begin flying over towards Raoul. Anybody who is in the vicinity that is not currently on something for transportation, I will reach out to try and pull onto the cart.
Okay.
So Akaram or Winifred, if either of you want to hand up, I can pull you onto the cart as I go by.
Uh, yeah, you get back to your pretty much your original position with the cart, back to where Winifred is. Akram can actually cover more ground flying than the cart can. So
Yeah, you do have a faster fly speed than the cart does.
yeah, so
Uh,
Akram's able to outpace it right now. But
do
yeah,
you
you get back to Winifred,
do you
where
still have
Winifred.
concentration up on polymorph?
I should roll for that, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. I should have been making you roll for that. I am a naughty DM.
I
I
mean,
only have
he
to roll
hasn't
when I get
acted
attacked,
yet.
right?
Yeah, anytime you've took damage, the DC is 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
Yeah,
Okay.
he only hit you once.
Yeah, he hit me once. So 10 is half the damage, so DC 10. I got a 17 on the die, so
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah,
polymorph is still up.
yeah, so you're fine
Um,
through all that. Um, no need to worry about concentration.
yep.
All right, and it's gonna go to the last remaining critters who are going to make a futile last stand against Raoul. Um, that. Oh, good lord, I can't read my own dice. Oh, that's a 6. The 6 is not gonna hit Raoul. A 3 is certainly not gonna hit Raoul. That's a roll. Jesus Christ, I cannot read this dice. My other dice that I can actually read in the dark. Ah, there it is. Okay. And a 17 does not hit you. All right. So yeah, they scrabble ineffectually at you. One of them tried to.
Little puppies.
The one being grappled tried to escape. It failed miserably. I'm not even gonna make you attempt to. It can't even beat your passive at this point. And so it's back around to the top of the turn order again. Kyle, Winifred is up again.
Alrighty, and there's still, you said two.
There's just there's three total. One's being grappled by Roll, one's on the ground, and another one's just still kind of free and active.
Then we'll take a shot at that one.
Okay, go for it.
Good God. I take it a 16 doesn't hit.
No, 16 does not hit.
Right, we're gonna stick with this one. And get another 16. I guess. There we go, 26.
26 definitely hits it. That for sure is hitting something.
It helps when there's a 1 in front of the 5.
Mhm.
So that's 24 damage. Then Colt, I guess. Did you say one was on the ground?
One is over on the ground, yes, in front of Raoul.
Is it prone?
I'm
It
holding
is
it
prone.
down.
It's
Yeah,
technically
Colt's,
prone, yes.
yeah, Colt's just gonna walk up and stomp on it.
Okay,
He
Go
gets
for it.
advantage.
go for it. Roll it with advantage
yep.
as he stomps. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Stompy horse.
2 15s, so that becomes a 24.
24 to hit.
Yep.
All right, he hits then.
Oh, we gotta love these numbers. 16, 25, 31 damage.
31 damage. Okay, yeah, the one on the ground, Colt just runs up to, and between the damage it's already taken and that, it pops like a balloon too. Ugh. A very, very smelly balloon.
Now is he still
Triceratops
is he
sound.
still Triceratops? Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
He is still a Triceratops. All right. Is that your turn then, Winford?
Yep.
All right. Ashrad.
How many is left?
There's only two.
Ice Storm is now a little bit of overkill, so we will Eldritch Blast one of them.
Go for it. Your Eldritch Blast pretty much gonna kill something.
27, 28, and a natural 20 for 31.
Hey,
Ouch. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
D10.
Were any of those below a 19? If
No.
no, then yes, all hit.
No. There should be another D10 somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Oh. 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 36 damage.
36 damage. All right, it is curse splorched with that. That is pretty much McDead dead, and the last rat remaining is the one in Raoul's hands, I do believe.
I think
Oh,
he stomped on the one I was dealing with.
gotcha. Yeah, so he stomped on the one that you're dealing with. Yep. All right, so there's just the one free rat left.
Cool.
I'm going to bonus action intimidate it.
Go for it. What's your modifier to intimidation?
Plus 5. I got
Okay.
a 19.
Okay. Okay, that rat really did not need a lot of convincing at this point, to be all honest. He was already thinking on bailing after Winifred with that last shot, and it is going to attempt to bail on its turn. Both Shockland and Raoul get to go before it gets its turn. Shockland, do you want to do anything, or do you just want to let Raoul pulp this thing real quick?
I'm gonna give Raoul bardic inspiration.
Okay. All right, then yeah, Raoul, this thing in front of you is looking to make a tail. It has decided that this was a bad idea.
Right. How close is the cart to me right now?
The cart's gotten back to its original position on the road, kind of where it left from.
Okay, so it's still 50 feet away. Okay.
Yeah, it ran off and then came back.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
can
very
use its
impressed
movement to
with
bring it
riding a
closer.
sentinel, so.
True. Shockland does go before you, so he can move it close. His movement closer to you if you like it to be closer.
How close can you get?
He can get it within 10 feet of you, I do believe.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. I bring it closer. I give you bardic inspiration. If you use my bardic inspiration on an attack roll, it explodes. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah.
So I'm gonna start with a grapple, but the way I want to do this is I want to jump up onto the cart and do like a sweet like backflip off of it, like I'm going off the top rope. Yeah, and then like grab this thing by the neck before I slam it into the ground.
Gotcha.
Oh, 15 plus 19. Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
good.
you've got this thing. Yeah, this rat is along for the ride in the finishing move.
Yeah, and then I'm going to just like slam his head into the ground. It's gonna be a really I'm just hitting it, but for flavor. 13 plus 14, 27. 3 plus 8 is and then I'll go ahead and use divine attack on it. Another 5. So 11 and 5 is 14. Is that correct? Is my math correct here?
I believe so.
Yes. Okay.
Math.
11 and 5 is 16.
Yes.
Thank you. See, that's why. Yep. There you go. The 3 and 8 and 5. Yes. Okay. Cool. Thank you. 16. Yeah. So I just slam his head like into the ground as I flip over the top of him here.
Gotcha. The poor thing was not built for this kind of attack, and it is expires as Raoul just kind of slams it backwards onto its head.
I'm going to flavor text cast Prestidigitation as he bounces off of the caravan. And from the top of the ropes! And then Prestidigitation like a whole crowd cheering.
Yeah.
Raul instinctively like pins him at the end, even though the thing is dead. Yeah, there's no referee. He just instinctively like hits him into the ground and rolls over and goes for the pin.
I
Yeah.
start playing Raoul's opening theme on my
Oh, you guys are
mandolin.
giving Raul all the love right now.
But yeah, and with that, you have defeated the savage monsters of the waste. These are, like I said, very kind of like leathery rat kind of rodent monsters. Their armor was very thick and tough. It's very hard to jab a stick through it. Yeah, you have successfully defeated these things. They don't look particularly edible, though. It depends on one's terms how you define edible, though.
How long does Colt stay Triceratops for?
Oh, I
Uh,
dropped I dropped polymorph after you got up from penning the thing.
Okay, gotcha. Heard.
So Colt is now back to being a horse.
Cool. Better for Raul's brain that way.
The cart is still flying though. That part stays the same.
Permatrip. Yeah, gotcha.
Gotcha. But yeah, as the combat ends, you've got the various corpses of all these critters kind of spread out for you. Um, two, Is anybody going to do anything at this time now that combat's ended, real quick?
Is anybody really hurt?
No.
No.
Yeah,
You and Shockland took a scratch for y'all.
I took 9 damage. So
I took 21, but 15 of that was Hero's Feast.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot y'all were immune to poison. Oh well, it happens.
That's 17. Investigation. So a 26 on investigation.
Okay.
Are these things mutated because something has fucked with them, or is this just a natural makeup that is happening here?
So the majority of them, it seems to be, a variation of a natural theme. They're, heavily twisted uh, creatures of, they used to be something else, but have probably been twisted by magic to try and suit this environment a little bit better. Hence the tough armoring, the ferociousness, the ability to scavenge anything. However, as you examine the alpha male, you notice that the corpse is trying to kind of move a little bit. It's not successful, but it's kind of like convulsing a little bit. You notice, and as you're examining the corpse, you notice that running along like the limbs and things of it, there's almost like this fungus growing along it, animating it to a degree. And this fungus has pervaded the whole, uh, the whole being of this large alpha, and seems to have kind of pumped it up almost.
28 on a medicine check. So the creature was alive,
Hmm.
but host to this, and now it is the fungus is leaving as it doesn't have a host anymore.
Yes, it is kind of, it's trying to move the host, trying to, parts of it are trying to like slither out, but it doesn't really seem to be able to go anywhere outside the host too much. But yes, you are correct that the host is dead, but the fungus inside is still technically alive.
Okay, I am going to cast Mage Hand and collect a sample of this fungus and put it in a glass vial.
I just posted a picture of what I'm imagining these things look like.
Where'd you put it in? GM corner?
And yeah.
Whoa.
Scroll all the way down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, and on
That's a
also pretty
lurker from
surprised.
Metro Exodus.
Yeah, I wasn't
That's
planning.
exactly what came into my mind when you started describing this. I was like, that's the monsters from Metro.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what. Didn't intend for that, but that's it's damn spot on.
Nothing new under the sun.
I am so unoriginal.
Simpsons did it.
But yeah, you successfully collect a sample of the little mushroom spores. As you put it in the jar, you see the like little mushroom inside moving around as it's kind of like probing the inside of the jar. But yeah, that's other than that, the rest of the critters seem to be perfectly normal. You don't notice any of the other infestation on them. It just seems to be this one creature.
Should we try to be maybe a little bit more stealthy or careful moving forward?
I don't think so. I'm gonna cast Fireball on the infected one to burn not only its body but all the fungus.
Yeah, fireball will definitely do it. You move to a safe minimum firing distance before doing so, and then drop a fireball on the corpse. It and I'm pretty certain all the other corpses are incinerated by a fireball that big. Because what's fireball again? What, 80-foot radius? If I'm not
80
mistaken.
foot diameter, 40-foot
So
radius.
Okay.
I mean, I'll cast it at a 6th level if necessary.
No, that's plenty. That's plenty fireball to cover the whole combat space for the
Got-
most part and burn everything.
I've got a torch in my back, Akaram. I could have. Would have taken me a little bit longer, but yeah.
It's okay. I can meditate while we drive and get the
I can
spell
conjure
slot back.
kerosene. I can conjure kerosene.
But with that out of the way, y'all are free to continue your trek. Um,
I
as
take the time to assure Raoul that the cart is supposed to be flying.
no, that's not part of the rats and the mushrooms making you see things. No, the card is supposed to do that.
While we're back in the cart, I am going to inform everybody about the fungus.
Did it taste good?
I'm not going to try eat it. It was possessing the thing that attacked you.
I've eaten weirder shit.
I mean,
Is this
I did have some mushrooms before, and it had very similar effects to what's going on now. Is the fungus in me? Look, is it on me?
no?
Grabs Akram. Is it in me?
You're fine. Do I need to cast calm emotions on you?
Just don't cast fireball.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna immolate you. Okay.
Do I need to pull chunky salsa rules for fireball in a cart?
I under
Okay.
I understand that I just started eating again, and I really haven't been around people for about 400 years. I understand all this, but I feel like I am doing a proficient job in ensuring you that I am friend, not foe.
Oh, yeah, you're a good buddy. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Um, I'm going to offer Raoul a healing potion to calm him. Here you go, buddy.
Take it. Drink it.
You regain 1d8 HP.
3 HP.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just going to direct the cart to follow the road. And if Colt wants to be polymorphed into something again, I can always do that.
he looks at you and you hear, I'm still not sure what that was, but I feel like I might have worked through some stuff.
Next time, buddy, I can turn you into a dire wolf.
Carnivores.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Y'all get back on the road and are traveling back down. As you are moving along, you start to notice a couple of uh, things along the side of the road. And as you grow closer to them, you see that they are corpses of various animals lining the side of the roads. As you see a couple of scattered off to the sides. But as if you have stopped to examine any of these, you clearly see similar signs of the mushrooms on these creatures as well. Except the mushrooms have expired on most of these corpses. These have been here a little bit while, so the mushroom is no longer alive in these. You can still see its presence, but it's all dead. It doesn't seem to be having much luck living out here in the wasteland either. But as you get closer to your destination, the frequencies of these things seem to be increasing.
Our guy, like on our way, like before we get too close to anything else, like as we kind of see the uh like all these corpses with the mushrooms and stuff, um I will ask the group, do you guys want to pray with me to Rugak? I mean, he's helped us in the past, and this is all kind of out of my depth. I don't really understand what's going on, But I bet Rogak does, and if we ask him the right question, he will provide.
Winifred takes her hat off. Some good Southern Baptist humor for everybody.
Yeah, Shockland actually pulls out his holy emblem and takes a praying posture.
I just don't know what to ask him. So, guys, divination gives me one question. My God, aka the GM.
What do you want to ask God?
They have to answer truthfully. So I'm asking the group. It's one question we really need the right answer to right now.
I don't know. We don't have enough information to have a good question yet.
I mean, every question that I can think of can scientifically be posed, and depending on how long it takes us to get to our quarry, I don't think it's worth divine intervention.
Let's save it for when we get right outside his door.
Right. Okay. Yeah. They
Like
cool. You know, you're a
everything I
good buddy, but you're a heathen. Understood. Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
everything I can think of right now is just pointless. Like, are we doing the right thing? Like, that's the big. Nothing is pinpoint. Everything is big brush strokes.
Uh,
You could ask what his special attack is. I mean, you're a wrestler. Like, you need to know what
You
what
know
your
what his finishing
opponent's
move
special
is.
move is.
That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You know what? We'll save it because I don't want to bother the big man with non-important or non specific questions.
Yeah, we'll save it for when we know what we want to ask.
Gotcha. Ah, yeah. At this point, y'all are kind of drawing close to the destination that y'all are given. Um, on the horizon of the feature, you can kind of see a very thin strip of what looks to be like kind of like a stone ridge. Where like some kind of more stiffer rock is protruding in like a ridge line up ahead as y'all kind of come up to it. Beforehand, the whole terrain's just been nothing but flat. There's been like a few rocks and rubble, boulders here and there. This is the first like feature you've actually seen since you've left the city. Is this kind of upcoming cliff face? And somewhere along this cliff face is where uh, I, Dr. Igor was supposed to have made his burrow. But as you're getting up to it, off to the side of the road, you see a small, like, stone dome. It stands out because it is very like perfect in its geometry. This looks like someone, like stone shaped something rather than built it. This little like kind of igloo size hut. It's just kind of sitting next to the road. At kind of the place where you were supposed to meet this guy's uh, assistant.
You tell me I'll see that too.
Uh, yeah, as we approach the thing, I'm just going to start playing music.
Okay. As
Uh,
you, Oop,
I am gonna cast Find Traps.
okay, all right,
You sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which was specifically intended as such by its creator. So it finds normal traps as well as things like alarm and glyph of warding.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice with that, you notice there is a ring of bear traps around the outside of this hut, as well as on the crude door, a piece of stone has been shaped into a door. There is a alarm around that as well. So there's bear traps and there's an alarm around the place.
Bear traps, but not bugbear traps.
No, just like
Step over them. I know that's what Raul says, and then he like jumps over them.
Anybody else doing anything?
Um,
Because I know you're singing.
I'm gonna fly the wagon on top of the igloo. It can
All right.
hover.
Yeah, and with that, it's like, bloody hell! What the hell's going on out there? You
Well,
hear
the
a
ground,
muffled
well, the
voice.
floor is lava, so we had to go up.
Floor is lava. There's not enough activity out here for there to be lava.
No, but you put traps everywhere. It might as well be.
Of course I did. Have you seen the local wildlife?
We met him.
Oh, you mean the little critters?
Well, I'm assuming since you're the only sapient being I've spoken to in a while, that you're the help from Ashad, correct?
That's us.
Oh, praise be to Ashad. He has finally heard my prayers. I was hoping he would not hear me out here.
Um, I do want to make a note.
Mhm.
With the find trap spell
Mhm.
that Raoul casts, there's a contingency on Ichor Blight
Okay.
that he would
That's
pick up.
okay. So what's Raoul on? What's Raoul C then?
Um, with a like with glyph of when you notice a glyph of warding or contingency, does find traps give you the spell information that's in it, or
Typically, when you even if you're aware of a glyph of warding, it's typically an Arcana check to tell what it actually is, if I'm not
okay,
mistaken. That's the way it is for if you detect it normally. I don't know if the spell gives you that ability or not.
It just says you would sense an area affected by the alarm spell, a glyph of warding, or a mechanical pig trap, but it would not reveal a natural weakness in the floor, unstable ceiling, or hidden
okay,
sinkhole. So basically, it's just kind of explaining it will find both magical and non-magical traps.
okay. So
Gotcha.
But it doesn't reveal the detailed information
No, that would
about the
take.
spell.
okay,
It just tells you
okay.
the area that it's affected by.
So Ichor Blight is a trap, or could be.
Okay. So yeah, the bear traps, the hut, and Ichor Blight ping.
All right. Raul is going to attempt just pinging it. He's curious. His mind is going. Let's see. Got a 9. The 10 minus 1. I'm not magic like that. Takes note though. Not to fuck with Ichor Blight.
Yeah, note to self: the dragon's got some things up his sleeve.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's a
but
negative energy flood.
Crazy.
Well, if
but
he
the
gets hit, he needs to be able to hit back, or if an undead creature under my control needs to be healed.
contingencies were. But anyway, the voice from inside the hut shouts out, "Well, I haven't got all day. What do you need to know? Hup, let's get to it. I'd rather like to see the backside of this wasteland, if you know."
Where's our quarry?
All right.
Rather like to see who we're talking to.
I don't know if you haven't seen the environment outside, but it's kind of shit. I prefer to not be in it as much as I can.
Oh, can we go in there? I mean, like,
Um,
like guest outside your house, dude.
I mean, it's a temporary abode. Don't feel too, obligated. But sure, you can come inside if you like. Open the door. Go for it.
I mean,
Don't worry, it's just an alarm. There's no explosions.
This desolate wasteland kind of reminds me of home.
You
I'm
have a
gonna roll
very
insight just to make
strange
sure
home.
he ain't fucking with me. 21.
21. He's not fucking with you. It's just
Okay,
an
cool.
alarm on
Okay.
the door.
Raul walks in the door then.
Uh, you walk into the door, and there is nothing in the hut. It is empty, except in the middle there is a old school oiled lamp just sitting in the middle of this hut.
As I get out of the dust storm, I just shake myself off the and get all the dust off
Like, there's barely enough room for you to fit into this thing. How tiny this hut is. You just kind of squeeze it into. Was that entirely necessary?
This guy's full of shit. It's not real. I'm hearing stuff now. I was seeing stuff earlier. I'm hearing stuff now, guys.
Raul, you remember our friend McKeel?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember how he has the little lamp that we were able to go into?
Oh god damn it. Yeah. Okay.
That lamp is very similar.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. I
people that
put
we're
two and
dealing
two
with are
together
Jinn.
now. I got it. I just okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you're just sitting in his little stone hut. There's just barely enough room for all of you to enter into here with his little lamp sitting on the floor. He's like, well, make yourself at home and comfortable. I haven't really decorated or spruced up the place at all.
Raul sits crisscross applesauce.
Ah, but yes, your quarry, Dr. Ivar, has dug himself into a canyon not too far, about half a mile from here. He's dug himself in there, and like I said, he has dug himself in. There was a small cave at the back of the canyon, and he has slowly been extending it backwards into the mountains at the cliffside. At first, I was able to get close to his domain and observe and report from there, but he has since pushed me away. All sorts of manners of strange monstrosities and creatures, both local corrupted wildlife as well as some new weird abominations have been pouring out of the caves of late, and I have been unable to get close. Hence my current situation, as you can see. Uh, they don't smell the lamp.
I'm gonna take the vial out of my cloak. Is this something that he's done?
Ah, yes. I have seen that fungus. It seems to be some kind of control mechanism. It's some kind of. Uh, the doctor always was good with mushrooms and fungus, and so he used them as kind of a basis for his control, for his experiments, a vector for his additions to his creatures.
Ah,
Yes.
so he's probably already aware we're coming.
Well, I mean, he's been broadcasting manifestos and claiming all sorts of things. He's been expecting my lord to come and get him ever since he stole the crystal.
Is he a Jinn too?
No. This is just a mortal man, human man,
Okay,
flesh
cool.
and blood. Yep.
Much easier to kill.
He is a skilled magical practitioner and a bit of a knowledgeable one, but other than that, he is just a man. Um,
Cool. Cool.
yes, he came out here, made a whole bunch of demands, wanted my lord to come and talk to him, make reparations, kind of deal. My lord won't even give him the time of day and refuses to acknowledge his existence, and so here we are. I'm stuck with a thankless job, and y'all get to go deal with this mess.
Well, if we finish our task soon enough, you'll be able to leave.
Is there anything else you would like to know about the area or the creatures specifically?
Yeah.
Uh,
What other type of creatures does he have under his control other than little guys?
Those little rat things were his first experiments, but they really not a whole lot you could do with the scavenger rats. They're kind of worthless. Um, he has attempted to try to gain some control of other creatures of the wastelands, but with varying little success. Most of those creatures he has forced out into the wilds around here. You'll either encounter them either on your way or hanging around his entrance, maybe. Um, as for closer to his domain, though, he has been creating his own versions now. And these creatures are much more potent and are actually guarding the entrance and actual interior of his domain. At
Well, I
first, I
just
was thinking,
noticed we're having this whole conversation. I don't know your name, Lamp.
ah,
I call you Lampy, Lampo.
my name is typically not relevant in these types of situations, but
Lampy it is.
my name is Ezekiel.
Thank you, Lampy.
I'm not actually a lamb. He is aware of that, right?
Maybe.
We'll go with that. But yes,
I feel like I have other questions, but I
go for it.
So the canyon,
Mhm.
how sturdy are those rock walls?
Those rock walls, as you can see, nothing survived the waste out here, except the geology. Now that should give you an idea of how tough that rock is. It's not going anywhere.
I put a full-size keg of gunpowder in front of him. I go, what would that do to the wall?
Are you mad, lad? Bringing that in a confined space like this? Are you trying to kill us all?
Oh, don't worry about that. It ceases to exist.
Wait, can you be... Well, that's a stupid question. Are you generally immortal?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not immortal. Fuck that shit. That's why I'm hiding in the lamp.
Okay.
Why do you think
They're
I'm...
less immortal and more immortal.
Yes.
is
I'm hiding in a stone hut surrounded by traps in my lamp out in the middle of nowhere. That should tell you a bit about how I'm feeling right now.
fungus. Is there like a central location of the fungus, or is this more take out Dr. Ivor and the fungus also dies?
I I would not know about that.
I
Ivor has been using ever since he brought the crystal back here. He's been using that to accelerate his creature's growth and development. And so it seems to have sped up his plans
think
for the
that
production of these
might
things.
be the point of divine guidance for you, Raoul.
Good call. Okay.
True.
I'm trying to think about anything else this guy might know that would be helpful. Have you seen the Grey Worm? The Mega Worm? Sorry.
The great worm, it
Mega
typically
Worm.
it comes through these areas, and no, it's the great worm. It
Okay.
is great and mighty, and we shall all worship its passing. Um, no, it occasionally comes to this area. Dr. Ivor has attempted to capture it for its studies, but so far its strength and size has eluded his efforts.
You're saying it can't be like caught, grappled, held down, pinned to the mat.
Well, I mean, it is a physical thing. It can be held, yes. But you would need to be rather large oneself to do so.
That can be arranged.
We should
Look out.
probably save that for after we get the artifact that we need to stop the end of existence.
Side quest. Yeah, side
Yeah,
quest.
I'm fine. I will definitely enjoy documenting this, but
As you were saying that, Shockland was about to enlarge Roble inside the igloo. He's like, "Oh, we're doing that later. Okay."
There's not space for you to do that.
No.
There is totally not space for
Right, everyone give me a deck saving throw and
So
Enlarge dimension door.
now that's a party trick.
okay, so we know this is Dylan trying to figure this out. Just make sure Atwell is clear. we know that this guy's in this canyon somewhere.
Mhm.
Canyon's pretty secure. He's got all types of other like monsters that he's been playing around with in his play in like his canyon here. Correct.
Yes. He has unleashed his monstrosities to guard the entrance of his abode.
Can you tell us anything about this fungus? Does it have a weakness? I mean, like, lots of things are weak to me, but is there like one specific thing that these are weak to?
Uh, the biggest issue that's with the fungus is that it can't seem to travel far from his location. Uh, it seems to be a product of his tampering with the crystals, and thus is using the crystal's power to even exist. And when it is separated and distanced from that source for a period of time, it will eventually fade and die. It seems like most of his efforts are been trying to extend that effect, so that his creatures can range far and wide. But for now, it seems that their existence is tied to the gem that he stole.
Ooh. How if I do like a little prayer in here for a second?
Certainly, this isn't a chapel of any kind.
I say it's not gonna like fuck with your stuff. It's not gonna break your lamp here.
I mean, there's a chapel in here, but there's not a chapel out there, so go for it.
Yeah.
We're not
All right.
exactly in holy ground, if you can see.
I mean, Rogek's always with us. Okay, just understand that. Right. um. So how do I word this, guys, to try to figure out if we need to kill this dude to deal with the fungus, or if there's like two separate? Cause like I've got to have like one question, and I don't know if I'm allowed to really technically do like a either or question.
Mm.
What are you looking like?
Are we trying to find out if the fungus or the doctor is the actual target here?
Yeah, I mean, because I know that we are technically only here to get this crystal. But we might want to destroy the fungus too. Do some good on the back end. Not,
I mean,
You could ask, would you could ask him, would destroying the source of this fungus benefit our goal?
I'm thinking more of is the fungus like if we kill him, is the fungus gonna go away? Or is the fungus like an extra thing? That's kind of like two questions.
Yeah, so yeah, just gotta narrow it down to one particular question.
Look, guys, let's brainstorm this here. Um, all right, that's what I'm thinking. Starts to pray. There's like some muscles and some flexing in their prayers. They don't like go like this. They go like this. They flex as they pray. It says, Rugek, the strongest, best, and most powerful god of all. I have a question for you.
Alright. Booming voice comes down to your head. It's been a while, Raoul. I haven't heard from you in a while, my brother. What can I do for you this fine day?
On a quest, to continue to be the best champion for you as possible, Rugek, and I have a question. I just need to know if we destroy him, what's his name? If I kill Dr. Ivor, will the mushrooms go away?
Defeating your foes, remove the infestation. Removing the foe, maybe. But the secret of the power, Jim. He's been intoxicated by the power, corrupted by it, and now it's all that he has. Take it away from him and he'll be nothing but a sad, sad little man.
Now I know what we do with sad little men, Rugak. Let's go!
We bend him over, my brother.
Break the backs. All right,
And with
cool.
that, Rogak's signing out. And yeah, if you didn't get that
Rugak
basic,
says we take the gem, and he's a bitch.
Okay.
All right.